Tango at home.
The class of today is going to be about back and front ochos. So if you're a beginner and you want to know how to follow and lead a front ochos or back ochos, this is the class for you.
But if you are intermediate or an advanced student, this is a class for you to train and to maybe understand some new point of views of the ochos. So stay with us.
We want to remind you that this class is sponsored by Interskolan. Thank you very much for your support, we really appreciate it. And thank you very much to everyone that support us.
Let's start.
Let's start with the class. Now we will show you the first sequence. So, for the leaders, what I want to work here. In the ochos, I want to have a connection between my lead with her free leg. This is a good one. So, normally it's like we're thinking that we have to turn her axis or we have to pivot her, which is okay, which is right, but my point as a leader is to feel the weight of her free leg to understand how far I can move that leg to lead a back ocho or then to lead a turn, or if we go a little bit more like tight in the lead, we can lead a back sacada. But it's important for that to understand how to connect my lead with her free leg. So, when we are leading the back ocho, when we start the side step, and when we are going to change our weight, you can check this side. So, in this moment, I will close my fingers and I will start to pull the intention of the lead towards me. So, this lead is going directly towards my center, and from my center I will switch that a little bit energy towards my back. So from the energy of my lead, here, and my back, I will start to change my weight, and the energy passing back, it will start to create the movement of her free leg, right? You can do it also like this, pulling, which is okay, it's another way to do it. But I would like that you connect the intention of your weight with the lead. Your weight pulling back and behind you, go into the flexion, move the free leg, and wait until she's doing the pivot. Now go to the side step. And from here again, move your hips first. And when she's arriving, you can start to pull with this side while you are bending. Then you have the new back ocho. And here, remember, this side in connection with your back and with the flexion. One more time. One. Now she will go to the back step, but we will go into the tomada here to lead the sanguchito. Great. Then I'm with her again here. I will move my free legs back, and when I'm transferring my weight back, I will start to bring her towards me, and we will meet into the same axis. So the 3 points that I'm working with is the connection of the lead, how I'm connecting that lead with my weight back, and that I'm not moving my torso to lead that I'm pulling towards me while I'm connecting that lead with my weight. Okay, those are the 3 points that you have to use in the moments when you want to lead a back ocho.
And if I can add, this is also the work that he wants to connect with my free leg. So it's not a result of what's happening in my upper part or in my standing leg. It's something that he wants to create in my free leg. So to understand the sequence that we are doing as a follower, what I'm doing, it's a side step to my right. I'm doing one back ocho, I do the second back ocho, the third back ocho, and then I use the fourth back ocho to enter in sanguchito, and then we end in this way. Now, what I'm doing when I'm working a back ocho is a lot of work in my standing leg to fix the standing leg and the upper part, and to start the movement from my free leg. So what you can see already after my side step, when Juanpi starts to lead, I will not start to turn the upper part or the hip or the standing leg. I will start to connect my knees to him, so they will bend forward. And when I feel this rotation that is going in this way, I will actually transfer that to this foot. So when I feel the lead, my foot starts to go back towards the direction that Juan is leading. And followed by the foot, I'm going to move my knee behind my standing leg. And after I find that contact in both my legs, I will start to create a pivot. So I have foot, knee, pivot. After the pivot, I will have a change of weight. This change of weight is really important, that I'm not displacing too much of my upper part to the other leg, because I still want to be quite in front of the leader, and even more if we're working close on breaks. So what I'm doing from this position is that I transfer my weight to the middle, but then I start to push my lower part over to my back leg, instead of moving all my axis over the back leg with the center and the upper part. So I push from my front leg to move my lower part over that leg, and now I will repeat the same thing that we were speaking about in the free leg, but with the other leg. So I will push my knees forward, I will start to move my foot back, I will move my knee behind my standing knee, and then I will create a pivot. How I can create this work in the lower part when I get the lead, because actually I get the lead in the upper part. He will not touch my legs. And what I'm doing with that lead that is coming into my upper part is that I need to receive the lead. So after we have taken the side step and I start to feel a pulling that is going in that direction, I can, two choices, actually three choices. I can follow him with the upper part, so he will just feel that I'm turning around with him, but nothing will happen in my legs. Second option could be that I resist, I give him the opposite direction, but I do it too much, so I start to pull him in the other way.
And this will pull your axis up.
This will pull my axis up, and it will not happen anything. We will just fight and we'll say, you are too strong.
I know.
So what I will do, this is the options that I would like you to try, is that I will receive this lead by taking it back, but I will not pull it. So as well as Juanpi, I will close my fingers and I will pull it a little bit towards me with my weight, and with that it's enough for me to feel, okay, he wants to move my free leg in that direction. And then I will go.
And in this way, in the other side, it's going to work with the dorsal here.
That's really important. So in the open side, I use my right hand in relation with all my body, of course. But in the other side, I use my shoulder blade. Here, we can show it in this way maybe.
We are here.
So we are here. We have changed my weight. Now I will feel in my left shoulder blade how Juan is pulling me in that direction. And I need to take the shoulder blade a little bit back and to me, to understand that, okay, it's my free leg that is going there. Nice, no?
Now we will show you the sequence number 2, which is front ochos. So, to lead a front ocho, we have to think in different points. Let's say we will have 3 points. We will have the reception of the lead, we will have the starting of the lead, and we will have the torsion to lead the ocho. Maybe you will start to think that it's a little bit difficult or it's a lot of things to think about it. But in the beginning, yes. So I have to be really like specific in the moments how I'm start to lead. I cannot just pivot her, because to lead the ocho is not to lead just the pivot. But in the moments when you start to learn a little bit more, you have to understand from where do you receive her, from where you start the lead, and how you start to use your weight to lead her. Then you will feel like, oof, now I'm using my full body to lead her, and my connection with her is going to be like really, really nice.
And in that way you will also feel that you can control much more the timing of the pivot, how far she's pivoting, and maybe what you want to do after the pivot, if you want to do a sacada, if you want to do a back sacada, or if you want to do a voleo. So it's really important that all these points are working together for you to choose what you will do with the ocho.
So, when we start, we have to work like this. So let's say we will start a side step. In the moments when I start the side step, from my open side of the embrace, I have to start to give a direction towards her to receive her. So she will start to feel like a wall here that she cannot pass. Of course, in a nice way, soft and nice way, but really clear. This is going to be the first point. The second point is how your closer side of the embrace is working in connection with her dorsal. So this side, in close or in open, you have to start to turn her dorsal inside and drop this weight down, so then she can feel like the free leg is passing inside to go into the front step, right? So now you have the number 1 and the number 2. And after that you will use your flexion in connection with your weight to create the lead of the front. Okay, so now we will show you how. The first moment, number 1, here, chin. This side is already telling her, stop here, don't move, okay? So now from the other side, I will start to use the weight of my embrace to pull this dorsal inside, right? But as you see, I'm not working exactly in the pivot. This is not the idea. The idea is to be a little bit more clear, to stop, weight of the embrace down. Now, when you're changing your weight, you can use more your weight and the flexion to emphasize now the pivot. So the number 3 is the last point. Then you can move your center to continue into the front step. Here is a little bit the same how you were leading the back ocho by pulling. So now you will connect your weight and the pulling towards you. Now you have the front ocho. Again, here, use your weight into the flexion and pull the dorsal around her axis. So her axis is in this line, and you have to pull the dorsal around that axis. And you have to be like really sensible to understand where is her axis and how you can pull that dorsal around.
What I like to feel when I dance is that the leader proposed the pivot, but I'm the one doing it.
It's like exactly like I propose the pivot and I propose the timing, and you're reading that, and that's really nice when we're talking about connection, that we're together. That's the nice part of the tangos, like how we are connecting together.
So what I would like to work with you as a follower in a front ocho is the first thing that when we are making a front ocho, we have a front step, but this front step will not be completely straight in a line in this way. The transfer of weight will be straight, but my upper part already, when I transfer the weight in this way, need to start to turn in the next direction. This will help you to actually get the force going around and also to stay in front of your leader. So you can try to do your front step, just moving your weight forward, or you can try to move your weight forward but already start the torsion in your upper part while you are going forward. When you arrive forward over your front leg, you have a straight standing leg, so the standing leg is actually pushing the knee back, and the back leg is having pushing forward with the free leg. So they are meeting each other. It's not that they are separated. They are meeting each other, and I'm getting high up over my hip in a torsion. Now, to create the pivot, and this you can actually try alone, it's really good if you can do it alone. What I will do is two things. The first thing is that I will turn my left shoulder blade in this case, so the standing shoulder blade, I will turn it a little bit further. So when I arrive in my front step, I'm not in my completely limit. I'm a little bit less. I will use this last part of torsion to actually create the force and the impulse to do the pivot. So you arrive forward, you create the small torsion, the extra torsion, and after you have that, you will do the rest of the pivot in the lower part. And what I'm doing with this pivot in the lower part is that the back leg that we were saying that is pushing forward, it's going to push my standing leg around. So imagine that you have something between the legs that you want to push on the other side of the standing leg. So I'm using my free leg, the right one in this case, and I'm pushing my standing leg around to step in the next front step. So how do I start a front ocho from a side step? For the ones that hasn't been doing a lot of ochos, what I will think about is that I arrive in my side step and I fix my upper part. So I will not move my upper part anywhere, I will fix it where it is. And from the legs and from the lower part, I will start to collect my knees and I will start to direct the new direction that is going to be there with my knees and my hip. to create the pivot, and then I can step forward. But as you could see, in any moment I were turning my upper part to the right or to the way that I'm going. I try to fix my upper part in the same place, I do the pivot in the lower part, and then I'm stepping forward. So if you have been dancing for a little bit longer time, I will give you an extra detail for the followers. So after you arrive in the side step, and you have the new direction that you know that you will go in that side, I want you to fix the shoulder blades and the arms, but I want your center inside your belly to push to the direction where you want to go. That is not the same as turning the shoulders and the center in that direction. I just want the center to push in that direction. You can see what I'm doing, no? That is what is pushing my free leg and my standing leg to where I want to go next. This is helping me to create the force to actually go there. I will show you again, slow. So I'm using this, I'm pushing it down and I'm pushing it in that diagonal without moving the shoulders. So, that was everything that we had prepared for you today. We hope that you liked the class. We really did. I love to teach ochos. And I have so many things that I want to help you with and teach you and give all my tricks. And the video will be too long if I say all of them, so I just gave you some of my tips.
If you like the video, you can press the like button, subscribe and activate the notifications. Then you will know when the new video is out.
Remember that this video was sponsored by Skolan. Thank you very much.
And remember that this Saturday we have the Tango Fika Cafe at 4 p.m. because we have changed the date. So now it's Saturday at 4 p.m. Join us that we have the games that you can guess which is the song, which are the couples that they are dancing. You can get a surprise private class with one of us. Okay?
On Sunday we have the class. We are giving it online and outside. It's at 5 o'clock for followers and 5:45 for leaders. Before Tango Fika and online class, we have Rita Sempano's video that is coming out on Thursday. They will work ochos, of course, but they will work timings and musicality. We are really looking forward to that.
Yes. Thank you very much. We hope that you enjoyed the class, that you have fun with us, and we hope to really see you soon.
Yes.
Ciao!
Ciao! A small bonus track for the followers. And you will practice your front ochos. And you can add some adornos. For example, or for example, or for example. And now the back ochos. So you take the ball, back ochos. First, just work your back ochos, what we have been working before, and then add your small adornos.